Have you noticed that every new car nowadays looks like it's mad at you? Even something innocent like a Toyota Corolla now looks like it's halfway through plotting your downfall. Now, obviously there are some exceptions, like these somewhat droopy designs Mercedes are currently going for, but overall everything seems to be getting sharper, more aggressive, and ultimately pointier. But why? Why do all new cars suddenly look like angry triangles with thin LED lights? Where are the days of happy Miatas with their pop-up headlights, or the smooth lines of an everyday Polo, or even whatever this was? Even brands like Porsche that generally tend to stick to smoother lines have recently also started embracing a much more angular style, as seen in the brand new Porsche Macan. So today I want to dive into the weird world of modern car design, which seems to be a mix of psychology, engineering, and just good old-fashioned peer pressure. So without further ado, let's get into it. Point 1. Angry cells. Alright, let's start with the psychology. So cars have faces, you already know this. The headlights are the eyes and the grille is the mouth. But turns out these implied false faces can actually get a very real reaction out of your brain. There's a study from 2008 that showed people consistently rated cars with squinty headlights and sharp slanted angles as more dominant, powerful, and even high status. It's wild. The more a car looks like it could win in a fight, the more we assume it's fast, competent, and expensive, even though it might just be a normal family car with some extra sharp bits on it. But car companies already know this, so what do? They sharpen the headlights, drop the nose, stretch the grille, add fake vents and blade-like body creases to make the whole thing look like a weapon, even if it's just going to the grocery store. Which comes to a very important point when it comes to cars. As much as they are vehicles that get us from point A to B, they are also big lifestyle accessories and even status symbols. Car companies know that how a car makes us feel is a very important factor when we're deciding on a new car, and so these cars have to inspire the right feelings. We want to look cool, powerful, put together, and in 2025, that apparently means driving something that looks like it drinks black coffee and doesn't text back. And once people regularly buy cars like that, suddenly everyone wants in. That's how one angry car becomes the blueprint for 10 more. That's how design language spreads, and it's why your neighbor's crossover suddenly looks like it wants to challenge you to a duel. Which is no accident, it's design theory in practice. But outside of how these cars make you feel, there is actually also a practical component to it, which brings us to the science of shapes, and also today's sponsor, Brilliant. There's a moment when you look at something for long enough where you stop going, wow, that's cool, and start asking, why is that cool? Brilliant is an interactive learning platform that helps you think more deeply about the stuff you're already interested in. From scientific thinking to geometry, physics, and even data science, Brilliant helps you to understand why things work the way they do. It's all hands-on and visual, so instead of zoning out like I used to in university, you're actually solving stuff as you learn it, whether that be at your desk or on your phone while you're on the move, or waiting in line for coffee, or just simply chilling with some free time at work but want to stay productive somehow. Right now I'm working through the everyday math and geometry fundamentals, which is really helping me to notice and understand design decisions that I used to just overlook entirely. So if you want to stop being impressed by cars and start being fascinated by them, check out the link below or scan this QR code where you can get started on Brilliant for free and get a 20% discount off an annual premium subscription. So check out Brilliant, it's like a supercharger but for your brain. Now onto the scientific side of shapes. Point number 2, shape equals speed. Alright, let's continue to get nerdy about it. So even though these pointy shapes can make a car feel a lot more cool, they can also make that car a lot faster and a lot more efficient. And not in a horsepower kind of way, but more in an aerodynamics kind of way. So let me explain. The more you reduce drag, that is air resistance, the more efficiently a car can move through space. And the best way to reduce drag, you guessed it, make the car pointy. Sharpen the front, slope the hood, smooth out the edges, flush the door handles, tighten every little panel gap so that the air doesn't catch and push back. The result? You get cars that look more and more like jet fighters, even if they're just electric hatchbacks. And honestly, all of this is especially important for electric vehicles, such as the new Porsche Macan, because electric vehicles live and die by their range. The range lives and dies by drag coefficient. So when car companies are obsessing over squeezing out every last kilometer that they can out of a car battery, such as in the case of electric vehicles, you end up with cars that look like they're trying to break the sound barrier. That's why you see these low, sharp noses on everything from Teslas to Toyotas. The front cuts through the air, the back tapers off, and this angry triangle aesthetic isn't just a design decision, it's a performance decision. What you essentially end up with is a geometry problem in motion. And sure, not every pointy car is actually fast, but chances are, if your car is fast, it's probably pointy as well. Nowadays, it's not just about what's under the hood, but also about how that hood moves through the air around it. And it took us a lot of work to get to this point, which brings me to the third and final point. Point number 3, design is a group project. Now for the most human reason of all. We all tend to copy each other. Design isn't done in a vacuum, it's done in conference rooms full of pictures of other cars. And so when one manufacturer brings out something bold and aggressive and it sells well, suddenly it becomes trend season. Take the Hyundai Ioniq 5. When it dropped, everyone was obsessed. Retro angles, pixel lights, clean sci-fi aggression. It almost had a vaporwave vibe to it, and it worked. But what happened soon after? Kia goes full origami with the EV6. BMW doubles down on the angry nostrils, and even Volkswagen, the most reasonable car company on earth, goes weirdly polygonal. Nobody wants to be left behind. Nobody wants to be the brand still making cars from 2010, or at least cars that feel like they come from 2010, regardless if those cars are still doing the same grocery trips that they might have been doing 15 years ago. The more the triangles spread, the more they become normal. And so as a result, all the cars around you start becoming pointier and pointier. What started as a bold design choice becomes the default. A Corvette now looks like it went through the same wind tunnel as a Lamborghini. And this applies to all of design, from architecture to fashion. Once the leading design language changes or shifts, it pulls everything along with it. And so if you are a car manufacturer and you want to make your car look modern, make it look fast, even if it's more focused on fuel efficiency. Make it look premium, even if it's entry level. Make it look aggressive, even if it's just a fun family car. Because that's one of the interesting things about design. It doesn't necessarily have to be true, it just has to feel true. So to wrap it all up, why are new cars so pointy? 1, because it sells. Angry faces make us feel powerful. We associate sharpness with strength, status, and speed, and that sells. 2, because it works. Pointy shapes help cars to cut through air, boost efficiency, and meet modern performance goals, especially for electric vehicles. And 3rd, because we copy each other. Design trends catch on fast. Once a few sharp cars succeed, everyone else follows, and suddenly round looks wrong. It's part psychology, part engineering, and part high school group project. So next time you walk through a parking lot, don't feel too intimidated by all the angry cars. They're not actually upset with you. It's just a sign of the times. So with all that being said, I hope you found this interesting. I'll see you in the next one.